So I'm at Durdle campsite this morning. I've stayed overnight, staying tonight as well. It's 7 o'clock in the morning and I'm all ready to start my walk to Barrow through Lulworth. So it should be a nice quiet walk for the start. Not many people about. I've packed my bag, I've had my breakfast. Just put my boots on and I'm ready to go. So there's my camper. So I'm just leaving now and going on my walk. And off I go. There's nobody around me. I don't disturb anybody leaving early. That's where we stayed last time in Mo. So I'm making my way straight off the site now. Straight onto the coast path. Down into Lulworth. Round Lulworth Cove. And on to Barrow. Nobody in the car park yet, it's quite early. You can park your campers on the front there with sea views, but apparently the pitches are very slopey. So here we are at the start of the coast path. Straight out the site and straight on it. Durdle door is actually just down there. I'm actually going to Barrow first, and then I'll do Durdle door later. Well, tomorrow morning you can just see the very tip of Durdle door. Lovely view of Portland and Weymouth, you can see quite clear there. See the lighthouse at the end of Portland. Gorgeous morning. You can see the cliff tops there towards Ringstead, which is where I'll be going hopefully tomorrow. There we have a lovely view of Lulworth Cove in the early morning sunlight. Once we get past Lulworth, we've got to go onto the ranges again, which are open today. I do know this path gets really busy during the day, because I'm so early this morning. It's very quiet. Lulworth is a very, very popular place. Cove's come off already and I'm still going downhill. Doesn't bode well for the uphill. That is ridiculous. If you want to park here for the day in your car, it's 20 quid. There's the visitor centre for Lulworth Cove. With the cafes and shops, as you can expect with a tourist magnet. The little stream. That's where we've come down from the steps up there. I'm just heading down to Lulworth Cove itself now. The coast path actually takes a couple of routes. You can either walk round the cove or there's a way just behind. Coming down onto the cove now. Nice little coffee kiosk. Open already. The tide's actually in on the cove. So I'm going to have to take a different route. So the tide's actually right in on the cove. So I'm going to have to take the inland coast path. If the tide's low enough, you can just walk around the cove that way, but this is slightly longer, but and a bit of a climb. But I didn't check any tide time. A little poem by Hardy there. So I've just spoke to somebody in the village, and when the tide's in now at Lulworth Cove, the coast path is inaccessible there because there's been a landslip which is still active. I should be able to come back that way if the tide's gone out. But the detour is up here, up that hill called Bindon Hill. So it's added a little bit to my walk, making it a bit longer than originally planned. So we go up here, I believe. Coast path diversion. With a little sign there, coast path diversion. So this little detour should link up shortly with where I would have come up from the cove. As I say, it's added a bit to my trip, but that can't be helped. I had no idea what the tide times were. And that's the footpath that I came down into Lulworth on. And this is my detour. Oh, what a stunning view. See Weymouth there, Chesil, the Isle of Portland, and Lulworth Cove. You know, it's glory. Here we are, this must be the fence line for the firing ranges. And we're just going to drop down towards Lulworth Cove there and the fossil forest I want to see. Whew, this is a lot of steps. I hope I don't have to come back this way. Hopefully the tide will be out and I can just go along the cove. Gorgeous views, although I'm having to watch the steps rather than look at the view. Got the red flag out, but the ranges are actually open today. I did check on the government website. Blimey, didn't realise I'd climbed quite so much. Heck of a drop now. So I've made all that detour all the way around that hill. Just to get past that landslip there. Route closed. Rockfalls and more diversions. I must say, the whole of the Jurassic coast that I've done, the standout feature is all the erosion, which has obviously been going on for thousands of years, but I don't know if it's going at more of a pace, but whew. We're going this way to the fossil forest. That's where I would have come up from the cove. It hadn't been for that big landslip. The tide being in. We're going this way now. I've been walking nearly an hour and a half and I've literally just come from just beyond that footpath at the top of that hill there. As I say, with my detour to the very top there. So I did a lot to the journey. I'm sat in a little seat at Pepler's Point. Came down that big hill there. There's the landslip that blocked my route. Made me do the detour. And there's Lulworth Cove. What a stunning morning. I think that little path there just goes to the end of Pepler's Point there. on the cove. Sea looks lovely. Oh, I'd love to have my kayak in there today. Right, we're going back into the Lulworth Ranges from the western end this time. Flags down. Oh, are we allowed down into the fossil forest? Let's have a look. Something I've wanted to see. Wow, that gorse is sharp. Yo, I've only got thin trousers on. The fossil forest, which is supposed to be the fossilised remains of trees. 97 steps down and 97 steps back up. I'll go down so far and have a look. Ooh. So that there is a bit of fossilised tree. Millions of years old. So 145 million years ago, this was a forest of cypress trees, which gradually got flooded by the rising waters of a lagoon. Ah, you can see. Let's go carefully down the steps. You can see make out the fossilised remains there of what were tree stumps that were then covered in algae and over millions of years became fossilised. Wow. All very unstable, but it's been made safe for walking. So this is the fossil forest. Apparently this darker layer at the bottom of the cliff here was the soil level where the trees used to grow. You can see how it's all the rock formations collapsed and they're all higgledy-piggledy. But these are the remains of tree stumps. That's an old tree stump there. The fossil forest. Oh. Yeah, that one there. Oh. This is a tree stump 145 million years old. Whew. Incredible. Incredible. There's loads of them. Fantastic. You can see all the stress that's been put on the stones over millions of years. How fractured all the layers of stone are with all the movement over the millions of years. Wow. And that dark layer is the soil layer, where the trees originally grew. Right, better make my way back up the steps and get on with my walk. This is definitely well worth a visit though. Whoa. That fossil forest was well worth the 97 steps to get down to it. Amazing. 145 million years of history there. Going across the ranges, staying between the yellow markers. Oh, it's getting warm now. But there is a breeze coming off the sea. Oh wow. Lovely view that way. You can see Flowers Barrow there, which is as far as I'm going, but that's quite a climb to go yet, as well as these cliffs here. Ooh, got quite some climbing to do. And then straight ahead of me, that's Barrow Bay. And the Gad Cliffs. And Kimmeridge in the distance there with the Clavel Tower. But it's a bit hazy, you might not see it. Lovely little cove there. Clear blue sea. The gorse is absolutely stunning. As far as the eye can see. Gorgeous. But yeah, once I've walked around this Hooray-Berry Head, got to go all the way up there to the top of them cliffs. Mute Bay Cliffs. That's a heck of a climb. Considering the detour I did and stopping off at the fossil forest, I'm not doing bad, it's only 9:30. So we're on Hooray-Berry Head now. That's a big enough sign letting you know about the rock falls. Can actually go down there and go on the beach, but there's been a heck of a landslide further along there which cuts the beach short. Love to kayak to there from Warbarrow. That'd be nice. And our next challenge is to get up there. Wow, that does look daunting. I don't know what it looks like on camera, but that is one hell of a climb. Oh gosh, that's a heck of a climb, isn't it? Wow. Am I looking forward to this? Not a bit. Right, can't put it off any longer. Let's do the climb. I'm not going to film this, I'm just going to crack on. I made it to the top of Mute Bay Cliffs without stopping. Kept going the whole way. Well chuffed. Oh. So I've just got that one last climb to Flowers Barrow there. And then that's as far as I go and make my way back. Whew. I am so pleased with myself for getting up there without stopping. Feels like a real achievement. Didn't stop once. Maybe I am getting a bit fitter. I think we drop down to I don't know if it's a beach or just a cove called Arishmel next. This looks like just a normal path here inland, but we're actually just literally 6 feet away from hundreds of feet drop down the cliffs. It is slightly unnerving knowing how unstable the cliffs are along here. Oh. So this is Arishmel, lovely beach. I've got a hell of a drop down to it now from Mute Bay Cliffs. whether it's worth going up or going down. It's very quiet on the path today, although it is still only 10 past 10. Looks lovely down at Irish Mill there with lovely blue sea. Barrow Cove even looks quiet today. Maybe it's just early. Oh, it's a nice feeling knowing you've done all that section of coast. I think what my plan will be, I'll go up Barrow and then I'll come back down and go and sit on the beach and have my vegetarian sausage rolls for my dinner and a nice drink of water. Then make my way back to Lulworth, where hopefully I might be able to get a Mr. Whippy ice cream. Oh, well, that's scuppered my plans. I was going to go on the beach for my dinner, but it's closed. Oh, what a shame. I was looking forward to just sitting on that little beach. That's where I've just come down, top of Meat Bay Cliffs. I've just got to climb Barrow, and I think I'm done. I'll have my sausage roll at the top of Barrow and make my way back to Lulworth. Oh, just coming up to the summit of Barrow where I got to last week. Straight drop off the cliff there. You can see Barrow Bay in the bottom. And here I am at the top of Barrow. Oh, made it. I'm going to go up by that sign and have my sausage roll and make my way back. It's 11:15. It's a bit early for dinner, but I think I deserve it. Dinner at 11 o'clock. Start looking at the view. I'm going to make my way back to Lulworth and hopefully have a Mr. Whippy. I better be busy when I get back there. So there's Barrow Bay. It's quite sandy with the tide out a bit more. Ah, look at that gorgeous beach. What a shame you're not allowed on there. Nearly at the bottom. And we've got the big climb back up against Meat Bay Cliffs. Here we go. A big climb. Ooh. Such a shame you're not allowed on that beach. It's lovely. Here we go, the big climb. I've done the big climb up Meat Cliffs from Irish Mill. Just a gentle climb now to the actual top. I've got choices here. You can go over Radar Hill and Bindon Hill and drop into Lulworth, which is just a mile. Or we stay on the coast path down past Mute Beach and around to Lulworth Cove again, which is what we'll do because that's the proper path. Whew. Oh, coming down here is a real killer on the knees. Whew. Look at that sea, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It looks like the tide's out as well, which means I should get round Lulworth Cove. God, come down from a heck of a height. You can't really tell, but whew. Although I've been walking since 7 o'clock, it's only just gone 12 o'clock now, and I'm sort of halfway back to Lulworth, so I've not done bad at all really, and I've stopped quite a few times. So I've just come down from Moot Bay cliffs there. Oh, kills your knees. You can see where they've cut all the gorse back to keep the path accessible. There's a lot of maintenance goes on this path. Which is much appreciated. Oh, how beautiful is that? Gorgeous. Got the yellow gorse, the blue sea, the white cliffs. Oh my goodness. Oh, do the views get any better than that? Wow. All the way from St Aldham's Head right round to Moot Bay Cliffs here. Oh, stunning. Amazing view. Back to where the fossil forest is down there. And now we're heading out of the ranges to drop down into Lulworth Cove in a minute. That's the ranges done. Whew. Let's see if the tide's low enough to get around the cove and not have to climb that big hill. Oh, there's the landslip. And there's the big hill. And I think the tide's just probably about low enough to get past. Ah, and here we are back at Lulworth. And the tide's out far enough to let me just get back along the cove there. Perfect. I'm now in Lulworth Cove. You can see where the landslip is, but it's passable now further out. The tide out. It's quite busy in Lulworth. Car park's pretty full, and you can see loads of people walking to Durdle. Had a bit of a, well, not disaster, but at Lulworth, down in Lulworth there, at Lulworth Cove, the SD card on the action camera was full. I hadn't deleted my last walk from last week, which I have done now. So I did try a bit of filming on my stills camera. I don't know how that'll have come out. I haven't looked yet. But I got back to Lulworth, and it was just from Lulworth to Durdle. It's just like ants. It was people everywhere. So I left Durdle. I'll either go down there shortly, or tomorrow morning perhaps. The sun's gone in now. It's been quite nice. I got back here and just chilled out, and I've been and got a shower. So I'm all ready to have some tea shortly. Maybe go and see Durdle and have a chill out evening. Been doing my crossword. Got a tin of vegetarian sausage and beans for my tea. Had a coffee and a cake while I was in Lulworth wandering around. And as I say, I'll either go and look at Durdle shortly, or I may leave it till tomorrow morning before I set off to Ringstead. I was going to walk from here tomorrow to Ringstead, but I've got to be off site by 11 o'clock, and if I went onto the car park at the front it's going to cost me 20 quid parking, which is a total rip-off. So if I do that walk, I'll probably drive to Ringstead, park in the National Trust car park and walk back this way to Durdle. See how I feel in the morning. I'm going to go and have a look at Durdle before I have my tea. Settle down for the evening. Still quite a few people here. It's blowing an absolute hoolie now. There's Man of War Beach. Durdle's just behind. So here we are at Durdle. Still a few people about. And that's my next walk. And that's Durdle. Wouldn't mind kayaking through there on a calm day. A couple of steep climbs there to do tomorrow. So I've just walked past Durdle to a place called Scratchy Bottom, which is where I only have to walk to tomorrow or next week. I'm above Durdle now on the beach. So I'm going to head back to the campsite now and get my tea. A tin of vegetarian sausage and beans with some cheese on the top and a bit of bread and butter to dip in. How nice does that sound?